continuation of the process, okay? Now we're gonna do it a different way. Now I'm gonna go with Michael. We're gonna work on the foods that you need as an athlete and a student, okay? So we're gonna start with breakfast, okay?
For breakfast now, I eat this type of cereal and this type of oatmeal.
Okay, give me an orange juice.
Every morning now, to start off my day, I always have a big glass of orange juice.
Just so you.
For a snack, I'll always have a yogurt. High in potassium, they're great for you.
Okay. Okay. Now with
oil and eat the
say now when I have eggs for breakfast, now I have egg whites. I boil the eggs. I don't fry them.
Okay. Now whenever I eat eggs, I always have the egg whites, not frying them or scrambled or any of the yolk.
Good. Okay. So there's your breakfast. Okay.
Yeah.
Good, Michael. One turkey sandwich now instead of mayonnaise.
Right. Now for lunch, I always have a turkey sandwich without mayonnaise, just mustard. It's a great substitute.
Always look at the use it always.
For lunch, I always have a turkey sandwich with mustard, not mayonnaise. It's a great substitute.
We usually have for dinner now is something like boneless chicken.
Okay.
With some vegetables.
For dinner now, I always have chicken, boneless chicken with some vegetables, salad on the side, some milk.
Okay. Now,
for dessert, I always have frozen yogurt. It's 10 times better than normal. For dessert, I used to always have Klondike bars, ice cream bars, but now I just have frozen yogurt.
Good.
Now at dinner, I always try to throw in some lettuce and salad with my chicken. Now I'm spending a lot more time with the vegetables than what I used to have.
Ready?
I used to always eat white rice, but now I eat brown rice for the fiber and all the extra good stuff.
Okay, stop.
Now I always eat brown rice with my salad and my chicken at dinner. It's also a lot better than white rice because it has a lot more fiber.
Good.
For dinner now, rather than having the ramen noodles, I just get some nice Campbell's soup.
All right, so here we are back at the home of Steve and Sue and Mike and Sophia. And so it was an interesting thing today, wasn't it, Mike?
Yeah.
It was pretty fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Going back thinking about some of the foods that you had and how you changed it and how much it's helped you so far. So what we did, we're going to break everything down to breakfast and lunch. So this is what Michael's breakfast used to be. This is what we would call the bad stuff now. We're not worried about the labels and name of the products. What we're looking at basically is the prices between the two. Okay? So Michael, this was just tell us what you used to go through for breakfast on the left.
I would have bad cereals, maybe coffee cake, Pop-Tarts, and Sunny Delight.
Okay. Now he would come over here, and here's the good stuff that he eats now. So
I'll have some cereal, oatmeal, a little yogurt, and some eggs.
Now keep in mind the diet now is more of what we're looking in terms of fiber, and we're looking in terms of potassium and low sodium. Where the stuff he used to eat, the content was more high sodium, high sugar, pretty much those are the two things. So we're trying to make the transition from a high fiber, from a low fiber, high sugar breakfast to a high fiber, high potassium breakfast. So I think we've accomplished that. Now when we compare the prices, the bad stuff, as we calculated together with Mike, to the right was a total of $12.66. Well, we came over to the good stuff, and the price was $8.31. So in our opinion, this is purely us, trying to go into a store, and it may vary from place to place, but the way we see it right now, it appears that the good food, having a healthy breakfast, is a lot cheaper, a lot less money than having the bad breakfast. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go and do the lunch now and do the same process. So we'll be back in a second. Peace. All right, so we're back at the house with the peers, Steve, Sue, Michael, Sophia. That was pretty interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was pretty fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Go back and see what you used to eat, and then you see what you changed your diet, and how much that helped you in terms of school, in terms of playing sports. So what we did, we got to the house and we tried to analyze from the dollar perspective, from the potassium perspective, from the sodium perspective, some of the foods that he used to eat versus what he's choosing now. So to the right, Michael will tell you these are the foods he used to eat. This is what we would call the bad side. So tell Mike go over what you used to pick.
Sugary cereals, Sunny Delight, Pop-Tarts, and coffee cake.
And Fruity Pebbles, wasn't it? Yeah, it's Fruity Pebbles. So Now to the left, what he uses now, what he eats now is, we have here what? This is shredded wheat, high fiber cereals, orange juice, which is a non-concentrated orange juice, your oatmeal, and basically some eggs. And so what we did is that, in looking at this, we looked at the sodium content, and what we discovered was that on the bad side, the sodium level was 685 milligrams. Then when we came to the left, we looked at sodium, the same 4 items, and we came up with no sodium measured in these foods. Now, give or take a couple milligrams, we can't be exactly specific or detailed on the numbers, but it appears that there has been a large shift in the amount of sodium that he no longer puts into his body versus what he does now in terms of, in addition to the potassium. We looked at the potassium level also. On the potassium, he had, what did our numbers say? Potassium, he had 600. He had 685. Cut, Steve, cut. Okay, so now we're back and we're looking at potassium level, which we lost to the right with the bad foods. Potassium level, we recorded only about 30 milligrams of potassium. Where over here to the left, we recorded 650 milligrams of potassium. Now, as I've always talked to Michael about over the years, is that it's the potassium level, a high potassium, low sodium diet is what's going to give your body a lot more energy in the morning, which is going to make your body a little bit more efficient, which is going to allow you to exercise and get through the day with your classes a lot better, with a lot more energy, so you don't feel as tired in the afternoon. So this is what we've accomplished here. And of course, you feel better. You like the way things worked out. Started playing football.
Yeah.
Worked out pretty fun, wasn't it?
It was great.
Looking forward to it next year?
Yeah.
Feeling good about the way things worked out?
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do, now we're going to go back and we're going to look at the other parts of his meal. We're going to look at his snacks, his lunch, and his dinner as well. And we'll return in a second. Peace. Okay? So ready? Okay, now we're back. Glad to see you guys stay with us. So now we're back, and now we took a look at the dinner. And once again, of the stuff we bought, we picked out 4 items of what we would say to the right, which was the bad side, and then we took 4 stuff of what he eats now. So the calculation came economically. And first of all, let's go back and say, Michael, tell about what you used to pick out. So this was your
frozen pizza, frozen chicken nuggets, beef, ravioli, and ramen noodles. You
guys remember ramen noodles? Oh yeah, we used to do that stuff in college all the time. Now, come over to the good side and tell them what you got over here now.
We have nice soup, salad, brown rice, and chicken.
Okay, so what we did, once again, we did the calculations to look at the sodium content just for the sake of curiosity, okay? So we found out to the right, the sodium content was 4,020 milligrams, and that was for the serving of these 4 items. Now we came to the left, to the good side, and the sodium content was 485 milligrams for the same for 4 items. So this is the message Mike has discovered, is that the amount of sodium he was putting in his body, he had to reverse that. And so that was the next stage of the process in him making a switch over from to a more high fiber, high vegetable, high fiber food versus foods that he really didn't realize. Did you realize it was all sodium in those foods?
No, I didn't even know what it was.
It was just good.
Yeah.
Now you have a better understanding how sodium affects the body.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is why we're doing this. And so what we're going to do now, we want to check out one more area. We want to do the lunch. And so we're going to come back shortly and we'll do the lunch, same scenario. We'll check it out, put our items together, and calculate and see where we go from there. So we'll be back in a flash. Peace. Okay. So over here we have what we call the bad foods, and this is what he used to eat. And over here, this is what we have with the good foods. This is what he currently eats. So, cut. Okay. Ready, Steve?
Yep. So your heels are very loud on the floor.
Can we go?
Yep.
All right, so we're back. So what we decided to do, me and Mike, once again, going down this road, trying to see where we've been and where we're going. Okay, so we went back, and this time, what we did, we just decided to combine the snacks and the lunches that he was doing, like I said, on this side, and the snacks and lunches on this side. So we went through it again. So tell us about some of the snacks and lunches on this side, Mike.
For snack and lunch, I would always have some chips, soda, pizza lunch, Lunchables like taco lunch, nacho lunch, some other types of snacks, and foods, and Klondike bars.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, now on this side, what were some of the lunches selections you do now?
Well, instead of having the big Klondike bar, I would have frozen yogurt. I I would have a turkey sandwich with oatmeal, whole wheat bread, yogurt, lots of yogurt.
Okay, so what we've done, once again, we combined it, and so, but it's still the same. We have 7 items left, 7 items this side, 7 items this side. So, once again, me and my dear friend Mike, we decided to look at the sodium content of what he used to eat versus what he eats now. And so, on this side, the sodium content totaled, on the bad side, 3,130 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot of sodium, man. You can fly to the moon on that. But then what we did, went to this side, and the total sodium was 1,125. He reduced the amount of sodium in his foods by 2/3. That's what we're trying to achieve here. Illustrating that you can, and let's not forget, let's talk about the economics of what we did. On the side with the bad foods, it was a total of $13.67 for these 7 items. On this side, we came with a total of $13.23. So we still saved some money, but we saved a little bit. But what's more important is that we discovered, Mike and I, that the sodium content in the bad foods versus the sodium content in the good foods is something that we should be more concerned about versus the calories and the fat content. You know, I think a lot of people in this industry, or a lot of people are not aware of the amount of sodium that they put in their foods and how much that sets the stage for much more serious illnesses that we are seeing occur, not only in teenagers his age, but as people as they get older also. So, what did you think after you went through all this? Was it interesting to find out?
It was very interesting.
It was fascinating to find out how much sodium you used to take, and versus what you do now in terms of more potassium and more water and more fiber. So, now, as a student that plays football now, your first year of football and studying classes, you had to realize that you needed more energy, and you do have that now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the energy level, we guarantee it that when you take these approaches to your diet, you will save money, as we did in our experiment. So what we do, we encourage you to do the same thing. Let us know. Go out grocery shopping. Next time you go shopping with parents and kids, get together, pick the foods out and analyze them. Count the calories. Not only count the economics, but count the sodium, count the potassium. And take a look at it yourself if you don't believe what Mike and I and the peers have decided to do. So we want to appreciate Food for Fuel. Wants to thank the peers for letting them come into his house, their house, and thank Mike for being a good friend and working out with us at the gym. Look forward to seeing you there this summer. And that, we want to sit down, we're going to analyze this and study this a little bit more. And we want to thank you. So until next time, peace. The potassium was what over here? 1,330 on the good. Okay. Yeah, cut that. Steve.
0 versus 1,000.
0 versus 130.
You just say it. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, returning, we wanted to reiterate the importance of potassium. We were talking about that in the breakfast and the dinner, and we wanted to add it to the lunch. Michael thought it was important. So in the lunch and the snacks. So went back and calculate that also. So what we have here on this side is a recording of 0. Remember we saw 0 on any potassium on this side. On this side we have what?
1,330.
1,330. Now, as a student and athlete, you have to understand the importance of potassium, and you do probably have at some point how potassium works on your muscles and keeping you from suffering from cramps also, and suffering from fatigue. And so if that is something if potassium does that to your body, then you have to understand how important it is to have it in your diet. So once again, another fascinating piece of information you and I discovered in terms of what you were doing in terms of what your diet used to be sodium heavy and potassium depleted, and we've reversed that. We've increased the potassium, we've reduced the sodium, we've increased the fiber, we've put more water, we've cut out all the artificial sugars, and so that's what we've been achieving. You must admit, you like the results so far, don't you?
Yeah, love the results.
So, once again, we want to thank you all, and we'll see you somewhere down the road. Peace.